very important role the Buddhist Centre plays in my life. It rescued me, I think, at a time of great stress, and it's become a source of friendship, wisdom, all sorts of things. It's very central to my life.
The moment I came through the doors, it's been a place where I found some peace in my life and good friendships. It's provided me with the conditions where I've been able to grow and develop. It's a healthy place, it's a healthy environment.
This is the place where I come to worship. I have a place that I can come and call my place of worship. And the centre is very much my place of worship.
I compare it with Hansel and Gretel. You're in the forest, the city. If you're lost, here is the centre. The first time I arrived to Manchester, the first thing I saw were the little signposts. And I thought, wow, I'm all right,
I live with my wife and daughter, and I have worked outside a Buddhist Centre. So coming back to Buddhist Centre is like coming back to the Buddhist practice, check myself, how am I doing, and have I missed something.
I honestly don't know where I'd be without the centre, to be honest with you. I was always looking for sort of a spiritual, I had a spiritual hole in my life, and until I walked through the doors at the centre, instantly found it, really. It means quite a lot to my life. It's right at the centre of my life, actually.
The thing that really helps me and that's really important to me is the other people. At the Buddhist Centre, I feel like I've sort of discovered, in a way, the friends who I've looked for all of my life.
It's a space that just cuts through everything that's negative in society. It's a place that's not about consumerism. It is about a place that's coming into connection with other people who might share your ideals or who might not, but who are willing to get into discussion about your ideals.
Manchester Centre has got a bit of a Manchester spirit. It's got a sort of dynamic spirit. I think people are quite hard-working and energetic, and having been in London quite a lot of time too, there's a sort of directness about people, and maybe in the way people practice as well. Directness and a sort of engagement.
This building is the manifestation of Sangha in bricks and mortar. This place would not exist without the generosity of generations of Buddhists. From the very beginning of the Manchester Buddhist Centre, when it was Sagramati and Suvajra, through to Moksha Priya and Arta Priya, and all the people, all the Sanghas that have been around those people, and since those people, who've contributed to the creation and maintenance of this place.
This was a place for me to come when I was going through a bad time in my life, really. There's no other way of describing it. It was difficult about 10 years ago, and it was a very welcoming building, even aside from the wonders of meditation and what that did for me.
There is a living, thriving tradition of Buddhism, which kind of includes all kinds of things from meditation to study to friendship, worship. It feels like a complete package that has an effect on your life, really. It's not like something you go to on a Sunday and you forget about it for the rest of the week. It's like it helps you kind of embed the teachings of the Buddha into your life.
It offers the possibility to have a completely different life that's founded in very profound values, the values of generosity, of love, of collaboration, things we really need so much in this day and age.
When I first came along, I was quite young, and I'd say I was quite idealistic and naive. So I've been through quite a tough learning curve over the years. So now I just feel more human, really. In a way, more ordinary, more human, more myself, and much happier to be alive. I feel a lot of gratitude for what I've got in my life.
There's a very sort of trusting and open atmosphere in the centre, which I appreciate. From the very first moment I walked through the door, I felt almost a sense of being home.
It's had an enormous formative effect on me. It's a big part of what's made me who I am. So it's changed me in all sorts of ways, and it's also I've been involved in helping other people change through both there was the phase of creating the Buddhist Centre, but also people who come along and get more engaged with the Dharma here.
I really feel like I've found something that feels very truthful in my life, and I've found a context to sort of live that out. And that's got its challenges and it's got its real positive points, but it's really sort of turned my life upside down in a very positive way.
It's given me values, it's given me love, to be honest. It's changed my consciousness around.
I'm much more content within myself, and as a result I'm much more able to give to people rather than try to see what they can give to me. So I feel like I'm much more compassionate as a result of coming here.
The biggest effects that being part of the Taratna community has had on me is that I'm starting to feel like I'm not separate from everybody else. I'm starting to get a sense that we're all interconnected. And so in some ways I feel less lonely because I'm feeling like, well, I'm connected to everybody else, so how can I ever really be alone?
A lot of people come to the centre because they're not well in one way or another, or they've got questions about their life, and I came because I was physically very ill, and the practice at the centre and the support of the people at the centre and the way I've learned about myself and about the world at the centre has enabled me to be in the world happy whilst I'm still unwell, and I think that's absolutely remarkable.
I kind of need a context really to be living in and to be working in, really, as a Buddhist. So I've been around for 20 years, doing different things, and it has really given me a sort of pretty consistent support.
I had a life of absolute, somebody was to blame for anything that didn't go my way. And now that I realise that's not so, and it's just much nicer being me now.
Definitely my wife can see that I'm not the kind of stressed out, lost in some ways kind of person. I think she definitely would say that I'm happier. And she's not involved herself, but she's very supportive of my involvement, which speaks volumes, I suppose.
Any issue I have in my life that I want to better myself in, I use what I've learned here, and that's the difference to me. It matters to me for how I feel, but when I look at these people I'm lucky to have in my life that I love very much, I think definitely it must be better for them that I'm happier because I've been coming here. So it's a gift that really gets shared out a lot.
It's very friendly, and there's always lots to do, always something going on. Yes, a very welcoming place.
It took me quite a while, a number of years, to really appreciate what the Sangha could do, or what the Sangha was for me, and it's changed my life. Everyone says that, don't they? But it has.
I would say I appreciate most the people. That struck me straight away when I moved here from Cambridge. Not in comparison, but people were very, very friendly, and the Sangha was very, very welcoming.
We live in a world where, everything has a price, but not here. It's people give their time and energy, in the form of whatever it takes, and it creates abundance.
I often teach the lunchtime drop-in meditation classes, and it's one of my favourite things that I do at the Buddhist Centre, because people are just coming in off the street. Who knows who they are, but I always get a sense that people are there, and I see like a little bit of transformation happening, and I see people sort of warming up or realising that they can be different, that they've got more potential.
When I walk through those doors, I can just be who I am. The people there, I don't feel have expectations of any particular. I don't feel I have to play a role in the centre. I can just be who I am.
One of the things I appreciated so much about the Sangha and the centre is that we're not afraid to talk about death. And in other spiritual communities that I've been involved with, there's a sense of distance whenever that kind of issue comes up, and people are just afraid to face that in themselves.
It's just going to be a real focus in life, actually. Real
positive focus. It's just changed the way I am for the better.
So I really enjoy the chance to discuss the Dharma, so the Buddhist teachings, with people. That's such a rare opportunity, and it really opens them out, and you get to hear about other people's lives and their experience of bringing the teachings into their lives, and that's really special.
We do have seriousness and ritual, but at the same time it's all held with this kind of lightness of joy and beauty and play, and that for me is very important.
Every time I come here, I meet people, I talk to people, and I'm always inspired. And if the building wasn't here, where would that inspiration come from?
Post university, I thought I'd lost that forum for a really intelligent discussion, be it about the Dharma or other things, and I thought perhaps I'd never get that back apart from with one or two friends. But there's a real facility to have that here with like minds.
I think there's just like a genuine sort of authenticity there in the people that I feel like I can be myself with them.
The thing I appreciate most is the people. It's the Sangha and the people who run the centre. So the chairman, the trustees, the people who give their time to teach and inspire and lead. And that collective practice when you all come together obviously means a lot more to me than sitting at home on my own reading a book or meditating.
The essence is love, that the centre has allowed myself to open up to a life where it's rich in love.
I think being such a consistent recipient of kindness from people, I feel that there's a palpable different energy in the centre to the rest of my life actually. And I could go in feeling all the effects of living quite a mundane life and come out feeling buoyant, refreshed, witnessed in a particular way by other people.
What I really like most about working in the centre is seeing really ordinary people who come to classes and visibly change as I get to know them, maybe just over a few weeks. I can just see a really tangible benefit to them in what they're getting from what we have to offer.
Introducing new people to what I really enjoy, it's like passing it on, because out of appreciation for what I've got, it's just important to pass it on. And I've always felt like that about lots of things, and it's been really good when you've seen people that have carried on and become more a part of the centre as I did. So it's seeing that continuation.
I like the sense of continuity that I've got with people here in the Sangha that I don't have anywhere else apart from my family, I suppose, and some people I've known from school. But I suppose I get a sense that people are, always seeing the positive in me and other people rather than wanting to change me.
Today is the fourth anniversary of my having had a kidney transplant. It's quite alive for me at the moment, and during the time that I was on dialysis and had end-stage renal failure, I got a lot of help from people that I didn't even know in the Sangha. In fact, my donor, the person who gave me one of her kidneys, was actually someone that I got to know through coming to the Manchester Buddhist Centre. It was a live donation.
Probably one of the most important things about my still being here is that as a deaf-blind person who's experiencing rather rapid visual deterioration at the moment, the fact that I'm quite connected, and there's always a bigger vision sort of thing. Okay, I can't see, but maybe my heart does.
Isn't it fantastic that there's somewhere in Manchester where anybody can come, whatever their financial circumstances, they can learn about meditation, learn about Buddhism, that hopefully enable them to be kinder, happier people, with more meaningful connections with other human beings, and in a way that we don't sort of ask anyone of anything, you know, that anybody can come and access that. And on that level, it's just, it's just so important. The Buddhist Centre is just so important, you know.
It's an amazing place, and to try and imagine it being any more amazing than it really is at the moment is, it's joyous, but also kind of, wow, where do we go from here?